Alright, well, let's pick our story up where we left off. So everybody knows that Duchamp left the art game for chess, right? Wrong. He never fucking left art, but he went radio silent and holed up mad deep in his lab to grind hard on the chess tip. That's perfect. This shit's perfect. Nah, so Duchamp knew, he had to know, that chess was the perfect tool to help him drive the work forward. Well, I don't need to tell you it ain't 1923, it's 2017, son. But just like Duchamp, we need some hardcore tools to help drive our work forward. Bruh, the weak believe that criticism is bad, right? And the lazy believe that criticism is negative. Both are suckers and fools. Fact is, without meaningful and substantive criticism, the artist is locked in a cycle of self-delusion. But in our story, what's that got to do with Duchamp and chess? I'm getting to that. I'm getting to it. There are two essential problems, right? Number one, most art and design is produced in a critical vacuum, in an environment free of criticism, because your homies don't know shit, and because they're your homies, they don't want to put you on blast, right? Well, that shit is tired, yo. And point number two, nearly all writing in the public sphere, blogs and shit, is weak as fuck. Sorry, let's be real. 99% of criticism on the intertubes and magazines is effectively the writer giving a reach around or a rusty trumpet to the artist. Hit the blogs or magazines looking for criticism and you'll see it's lives of saints all up in here. Unless, of course, you rate. Unless, of course, you on radar with the heavy cats like David Joslett or Hal Foster or back in the day Robert Hughes or Hilton Kramer. Unless those cats take time to light your ass up, in most cases you got nothing to work with, right? And let's be real, if you're young and on the grind, you are not on radar. Or maybe you're one of those anti-intellectual artist douchebags who think if you talk about shit, or if you think too deeply about shit, you'll kill it. You'll be stumped. You'll get trapped all up in your head. Well, that shit's weak too. Real criticism is the key. So in order to continue to grow and develop as an artist, as I see it, you have two problems to solve. First, find a critical community, and second, learn how to contend with criticism. To make this comprehensible, you can think about it like chess, like a game of chess. Think of criticism like the 1956 game of the century where Donald Byrne squared off against Robert James Bobby Fischer. See, real criticism above all else calls a work into crisis in the most fundamental way. Each move by the strong critic can be thought of as a move closer to placing you in check, and you must be able to look deeply enough into the matrix of possible moves to rescue your king. You need to be defensive not in attitude, but in action. All right, so when criticism is done right, your work is threatened in a profound way. Post-criticism, the artist sees clearly the failure of the piece critiqued. The better the criticism, the higher the threat. The artist must be defensive, not in attitude, but in action, yo. What's this mean? Never defend a work verbally, ever. Except powerful criticism is true. Retreat to the lab and defend through the next piece. As the artist retreats to the studio and thinks through the criticism, they find dead end after dead end, like Bobby Fischer peering deeply into the matrix of possibilities, parrying the relentless attack of Donald Byrne. The next work in the artist's canon is like a move on the chessboard, moving the artist's oeuvre out of check and reshuffling the nearly limitless matrix of future possible moves by both the critic and the artist. In an ideal world, this process of work, thesis, followed by devastating criticism, followed by new work in response, forms a cycle, driving the artist and their work forward into new and more powerful territory.